Hello, this is Palico Padge and welcome back to another episode of Sunless Skies. In the last episode, we successfully managed to get back to the centre of the map, drop off some port reports, get back to New Winchester, figure out a little bit more about our incautious driver who wants us to go east. But I've decided, since stocking up, that we are going to go west. We have a filmmaker on board who wants to be dropped off, and I figure that's probably where the money is lying. If we go off and go and do the incautious driver, it's going to cost us money or crew or sanity or something. So let's focus on the monies, get our money up a bit more, then we can start looking after the more esteemed crew that we have on. Also, we're looking at hopefully picking up a tale of terror, so we can go a little bit into further depth with the other officer, which is our incognito princess. But by the by, we need to move on. So let's move on. Oh, in the wrong direction. Let's spin around. I got fuel. I got supplies. We know where Port Avon is, so worst case scenario, if we don't get as far as we want to, we can always loop around and grab the port report from there to pick up a little bit of extra money. Money seems to be very difficult to come by in this game. Excuse me. Especially early game. I think it's probably going to be a little bit easier to get it once we're a bit more established. But right now, I wouldn't say we're suffering, but it's not easy. Definitely not easy. Now, I don't want to throw myself too far off the way we need to go. I am, however, going to explore this side of the lighthouse just to see what's up here. Because at this point, although we know roughly where we're going, we don't have like a solid sort of direction other than west, which, as we found from Port Prosper, can mean bloody anything. So I really just want to be working in a sweeping motion and hoping that wherever we need to come across is close. That would be ideal. I've said it before in the previous episode, and I'll say it again. I feel like there's not as many points of interest within the... Why have you frozen? Points of interest within the world as there has been with Sunless Sea, in my experience so far. The sky here is scarred by old battles. Wreckage crusts it like scabs. Who are you? Who are you? I think that's part of the company. We're good on that. Oh, see, already we're getting diverted. A change of heart. The settler emerges from his cabin, his suitcase clutched in his hands. I've had time to think, and I have to admit it, I can't do it. I don't want to go, but it's so warm here, and everyone's been so kind. Might I stay on? Or at least take me back to Port Prosper. His smile is brittle. No, but you're thinking about taking him back. I mean, I can't sign him on because I've got full crew. Maybe he's not cut out for your peripatetic lifestyle. Maybe he's better off going to his destination. Maybe he's just being silly. Guess we'll see. His smile widens. He blinks several times. Of course, of course. So much to think about, so much to do. I'll be in my cabin where it's safe. You can drop off his original destination or return to Port Prosper. We'll see what happens. I'm not promising anything. It's only a little bit of mist, but I've got to clear it or else it's going to bug me. So let's go all the way around. Go down to that large area underneath. See what's going on there. I mean, the fact the filmmaker has its own specific quest named after it would make me think that this is going to send me somewhere to do glorious things. Glorious things, I tell you. Or we're going to die. Jury is still out on that one. Come on, Misty Bit. Disappear. Before I crash. Please. Thank you. Ow. That's my bad. I could have reversed. Chose not to. Thought I'd be able to swing it around. This place was a battlefield, the grave of Tacitus and stovepipes alike. if that's the case, where are all the ships to loot? Hmm? That's enough. I can turn around on that. We're keeping pretty west, aren't we? Who are you? Reach Marauder? There's two of them. He's not looking healthy. Oh lordy. We're eyeing each other up. I'm missing. Thankfully, we're a bit more manoeuvrable than them. Although a much worse shot as well. He's about to blow up, you know. Woo woo! What we got? The breach marauder is defeated. You prepare to board the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. Of course, of course. Let's loot. What we got? A clasped jewellery box. Something precious has been concealed. A sheaf of letters falls from a concealed compartment. The pages are rife with scandal. Ooh, saucy. What the next one? What be you? So we are going to loot again. A distressingly odored barrel. Alright. You pry the lid off. Dear God, what the blazes! Your navigator pokes the thing inside with a big stick until assured that it is dead. I'll take that. What be you? You're floating over here. Some sort of light. The incognito princess is delighted. I had doll's house this size. Much prettier, of course. A homestead. Settlers who live so far beyond the edge of civilization relish the hardships of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome company and trade. You sit down beside a cold, silent homestead. The windows are boarded, the door is locked, but the foliage in the garden hasn't grown wild. It was abandoned in a hurry and recently. Anything left behind? 51%? Like those odds. The house was already being plundered, but the plunderers missed the patch of turned earth beside the back door. The settlers buried their valuables here, presumably intending to return. Oh, aren't we the pirate? Okay, well, whilst we're here, we have a facet to take. Let's take a facet, shall we? What did the winds of fate hold in store? So we are on 34 mirrors, 31 iron, Veils is low, and Hearts is low. So it looks like Veils is the way to go. So probably Veils and Hearts, I'd say, if we can. So with that being said, we can be a disgraced predecessor. An earlier captain in your lineage is the subject of ridicule and rebuke. Or we can go for smoggy streets. You spent much of your youth in the hard end of London, where the gas lamps are scarce, the prospects bleak, and the people as flinty as the cobbles. or we can have below stairs. The comforts of every well-to-do household rely upon the scurrying, grinding work of its servants. You know this firsthand. I like smoggy streets, I think. So, were we at home or did we despise it? I mean, for the hearts, we gotta despise it. Only your dreams of something better kept you going. As soon as you saw an opportunity to make a new life for yourself, you jumped at it. You haven't looked back. Why not? Boom. So, vowels are a little bit better. Hearts are a little bit better. So 19, 20, 31, 34. That's pretty even, Stephen. I don't think I could ask for much more as far as that's concerned. And we're pretty much on the westward path still. So let's just pop up a little. See what's around here. Not one to leave any stone unturned. Hare's hope. Oh, do we pull up here? Can we get on here, or is this just here? Nope, it's just here. Enduring Dreadnought. Yeah, I presume we're on the same, you know, side, as it were. I mean, none of them are firing at me. This guy here is scarred by... Oh, we've done that bit. Oh. Always wanted to go to the circus. Mother said no. Poor people, disease. The driver looks forlorn. Ow. Well, it's definitely a circus. A new port. The crew eager to see what it has to offer. Me too. Gervais Rest. The travelling circus has settled here, too afraid to go further and too afraid to turn back. Its clanking, gaudy locomotive scavenges such audiences as it can from nearby homesteads and delivers them for an evening of shabby, desperate, big-top magic. So we can recruit the amiable vagabond. You find him waiting serenely at Gervais's Rest, clay pipe clamped beneath his teeth. No, we can't. He claims to be an expert in snake wrangling, thimble twisting, and stick swinging. He professes to be a psychologist, mythologist, and escapologist. He boasts he can tell stories that will haunt you until you die, and play tunes that will make stones dance. If all that fails to entice you, he supposes he could turn his hand to signalling. So, we need 2 sky stories. Well, that's cool. At least he doesn't, you know, want money off me, I suppose. That's a start. Mr. Menagerie is passing through Polmere and Plenties. A tattered poster by the station advertises the service of Mr. Menagerie. Or we can go to the Inconceivable Circus. How much money do we have right now? 309. I don't know if we can buy anything better than what we've got. The cloaked figure looks up as you approach. His garnet-hued eyes gleam from the darkness of its hood. Scouts, it rasps, hopefully. Its voice like a cleaver on a whetstone. We trade scouts for things and stories. It leans closer to you. We're leaving soon. So listen to a story of things past. Mr. Menagerie is keen to tell you a tale from its collection, but requires payment first. Charity is a crime. The punishment severe. How much? 1 sovereign? Okay, so how much do I need? Not enough we have. Mr. Menagerie gestures to the spindle of rock that anchors the circus like a stone weighing down an escaping balloon. Once we gathered here, we held our bargains and boasted of our chiefs. Our bands displayed the finest of goods. Our magnanimity was sharp as knives. All knew our worth. Then the light came. They made of our ground sport, a dancing place, a laughing place. They made bargains of their own. And now you do the same. It rasps its tones in wild reproach. Bugger knows what that means. But hey-ho. We're moving elsewhere soon, but we will leave a note saying where we've gone. You know what? We'll come across you when we come across you. That's fine for me. So, shops. What we got? Bazaar. A sack of verdant seeds. They do take up space in the hold, however. Does anybody want any verdant seeds that we are aware of? That is the question. I don't think so right now. Purchase 3 sacks of verdant seeds from the bazaar at Port Avon. Sell them to the bazaar at Magdalen's Port Avon, Lowe's to Southwest. I mean, I could just buy 3 here. I need to take them to Magdalen's, which I will be going to eventually. Why not? Boom. Done. The new big top shop. Oh, and he's got bronze wood. Is it just 1 bronze wood I need? Bronze wood and chorister nectar. Do I have chorister nectar? Oh, bugger. Maybe I should have sold one. Oh, well, we got it now. Let's fill up. Better safe than sorry. And, well, we're going to go to the circus, it looks like. The greatest show, you know. That's what the adverts promise. The reality is not impressive. Aside from the big top that dominates the circus, the place is shabby, poorly maintained, and even more poorly attended. Bored-looking circus folk run rotting booths. The clowns painted on smiles are no match for the deep-set misery behind the grease paint. Even the Calliope's music, playing on a rundown piano, is more grimly resolute than cheery. So much does it cost us? 10. We can write a port report. That could be interesting. The big top looms dramatically in the fog of the Reach, but it's not nearly as imposing as the massive obelisk floating nearby. Some enterprising soul has hung bunting between it and the big top. As for the circus itself, outside of the performers, it is practically deserted. You may be the first new face in the audience in quite a while. Okay, we got that. So let's do the ticket buying thing. The urchin hands over the tickets with no apparent enthusiasm. Thanks, he mutters. You now have 5 tickets to the circus. So, we need 2 for the big top, 2 for the amusements, and we need to be a familiar face at the circus. So let's do the big top. No one in the meagre audience displays any enthusiasm, not even when the ringmaster thunders in on a horse-drawn calliope. Then come the acts themselves. Oh dear. The humiliated magician's trapdoors fail to open, leaving his glamorous assistant notably unvanished. The bereaved acrobat swings from a single trapeze, the other hangs lonely and unused. The pensive clown's fire-juggling act ends in disaster, and not the humorous kind. The less said about the lion tamer, the better. He should recover. We've got a sky story. A terror's fallen, that's good to know. And we've lost 2 tickets. So let's go to the amusements, I guess. This should be enjoyable. Most of the stores here are empty, their owners either asleep or long since gone. You game to make the most of them, from the Hall of Mirror, there's only one, to the Whack-A-Rat game currently closed due to the rats having unionised. At least the day proves quiet, with nothing actively trying to kill you. In the high wilderness, that alone counts as a vacation. Cool. Circus staff are coming to recognise your face. So what are we at? 2. So let's see if we can get some more tickets. A scribbled note. Back in, it says, followed by an indecipherable scribble. How useful. Okay, well, let's try and sleep behind the tents then, I guess. A pair of clowns whose painted on smiles do not match their actual scowl spots you almost immediately. There's nothing funny about the heavy sticks they carry. You are less than politely escorted back to the big top. Perhaps if you were better known around here, they would be less concerned. I want to be more known, but apparently I can't be. Yeah, so it would appear that be all we can do. And that be all we can do. So I think I'm going to end this one here. Again, simply because it is a place that I have found and I'm happy with. We are slowly making our way out. We've had a little bit of a battle this time around, which is pretty cool. But as you can see, it is pretty much all darkness from here on in. And really, I don't want to be going any higher than where I am, because that is what I would class as west, this big chunk here. So that's where we'll need to go in the next episode. But for now, thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.